Above the world, Elysium exists. A realm of eternal peace, sculpted from light and dreams. Here, beings of pure energy reside, guardians of balance. Among them is Lyra, a celestial being of immense power, yet burdened by a growing unease. A subtle discord echoes within the harmony, a whisper of shadows encroaching upon their perfect world. She senses a disturbance, a tear in the fabric of existence. Lyra's eyes, pools of molten gold, hold the weight of countless ages. She is a conduit of divine energy, tasked with maintaining the cosmic order. But lately, the light feels dimmer. A creeping darkness threatens to consume the serenity of Elysium. Whispers of a forgotten realm, a place of endless torment, reach her consciousness. A realm known only as Inferno. Something is stirring. In stark contrast to Elysium, Inferno is a realm of eternal suffering. A desolate wasteland forged in the heart of despair. Rivers of molten rock carve paths through mountains of obsidian, reflecting the hellish glow of the sky. This is the domain of the fallen, the banished, the eternally damned. A place of torment and unending night. From the depths of Inferno, a presence stirs. A figure cloaked in shadows, its form barely discernible. Ancient and malevolent, it radiates an aura of immense power. Its crimson eyes burn with an insatiable hunger, a desire to corrupt all that is pure. This is Malachor, the Lord of Inferno, and he has sensed the light of Elysium. Drawn by an unseen force, Lyra approaches a shimmering portal, a tear in the veil between worlds. A gateway to Inferno, a realm she has only heard of in ancient prophecies. Despite the inherent danger, she feels compelled to investigate, to understand the source of the encroaching darkness. The fate of Elysium may depend on it. With a deep breath, Lyra steps through the portal. The air instantly grows cold, heavy with the stench of sulfur and despair. The radiant light of Elysium fades, replaced by an oppressive darkness. She finds herself in a desolate wasteland, the very antithesis of her home. The ground trembles beneath her feet. Malachor awaits her arrival, his presence a physical weight. He is towering, a being of immense power and ancient malice. His voice is a rasping whisper that echoes through the desolate landscape. "Welcome, Lyra of Elysium. I have been expecting you." He smiles, a cruel, predatory expression. A battle of light and darkness erupts. Lyra and Malachor clash in a furious exchange of magical energy. Bolts of celestial light collide with waves of infernal fire, creating explosions that illuminate the desolate landscape. The ground shakes with the force of their conflict. Malachor's power is immense. Lyra fights valiantly, but she is weakened by his dark magic. A searing pain courses through her body. She struggles to maintain her defenses, her light flickering precariously. Doubt creeps into her mind. Drawing upon the last of her strength, Lyra gathers her remaining energy. A blinding beam of celestial light erupts from her hands, aimed directly at Malachor. The force of the blast sends shockwaves through Inferno, momentarily disrupting the darkness. The celestial light slams into Malachor, a visible ripple in his dark form. He recoils, a guttural growl escaping his lips. Inferno's shadows writhe as the impact disrupts his control. Lyra, gasping for breath, watches him, a sliver of hope igniting within her. The air crackles with residual energy, the scent of ozone heavy in the air. Her body aches, but she stands, defiant. Recovering with unnerving speed, Malachor's eyes blaze with crimson intensity. Dark tendrils erupt from the ground, reaching for Lyra like grasping claws. They writhe and coil, seeking to ensnare her, to drag her back into the abyss. Lyra leaps back, narrowly avoiding the first attack. The tendrils lash out, tearing through the earth, leaving blackened scars in their wake. She must evade, find an opening. Agile and quick, Lyra dances between the encroaching tendrils. She weaves and dodges, using the debris and uneven terrain to her advantage. Each near miss sends a shiver down her spine. She's tiring, but her reflexes remain sharp. The tendrils continue their relentless pursuit, a suffocating tide of darkness threatening to overwhelm her. Her movements are precise, born of years of training. Malachar unleashes a barrage of dark projectiles, shards of solidified shadow, hurtling towards Lyra. She dives for cover behind a crumbling pillar, the stone groaning under the impact of the first few strikes. Dark energy splinters around her, the air thick with the smell of burnt rock. The pillar trembles violently, threatening to collapse. She needs a plan, and she needs it fast. Huddled behind the pillar, Lyra scans Malachar, searching for a chink in his armor. His power is immense, but she's noticed a subtle instability in his energy flow, a flicker of vulnerability near his core. It's a risky observation, a desperate gamble. She needs to exploit it, to find a way to break through his defenses. Time is running out. With a surge of will, Lyra conjures a series of shimmering illusions, phantom duplicates of herself, darting around the battlefield. Malachar, momentarily confused, turns his attention to the false images. The illusions weave and shimmer, drawing his focus away from her true position. It's a temporary reprieve, but it's all she needs. While Malachar is captivated by the illusions, Lyra focuses, drawing power from the very essence of light. She channels her energy, weaving a complex pattern of celestial energy. A warm glow emanates from her hands, building in intensity. The air around her crackles with anticipation. This is her chance, her only chance. Malachar's eyes narrow, recognizing the trick. He whirls around, but it's too late. Lyra unleashes a concentrated beam of pure celestial light, a searing lance of energy aimed directly at his exposed core. It's a focused attack, a culmination of all her strength and determination. The light pierces through the darkness. The beam connects with devastating force, striking Malachar's core. A piercing scream rips through the air as dark energy shatters and dissipates. He's thrown back, crashing against the scorched earth, his form flickering and unstable. The illusions vanish, leaving him exposed and vulnerable. He struggles to rise, his movements sluggish and uncertain. Though battered and weary, Lyra stands her ground, her eyes fixed on the weakened Malachar. She advances, her steps slow but purposeful, each movement radiating a quiet strength. The battle has taken its toll, but her resolve remains unbroken. She knows this is her opportunity to end the darkness. The air is thick with tension, the fate of Inferno hanging in the balance. Malachar struggles to rise, dark energy sputtering around him like dying embers. He glares at Lyra, a mixture of fury and disbelief in his eyes. "You haven't won," he rasps, his voice strained. "This is just the beginning." He attempts to summon a tendril of shadow, but it flickers and fades, unable to coalesce properly. The celestial light emanating from Lyra seems to disrupt his power. Lyra doesn't respond to his taunt. Her expression is grim, focused. The effort of the attack has drained her, leaving her weak and trembling. She raises her hand, channeling more celestial energy. A soft, golden glow envelopes her, slowly replenishing her strength. The air crackles with power. The landscape is scarred, a testament to the battle's intensity. Twisted metal and shattered stone litter the ground. The once vibrant forest is now shrouded in smoke. A sense of desolation hangs heavy in the air, mirroring the exhaustion of the combatants. Malachar, despite his diminished state, manages a cruel smirk. "You may have crippled me," he says, "but the darkness runs deeper than you realize. There are forces at play you cannot comprehend." He gestures vaguely towards the horizon, his eyes filled with a chilling awareness. Lyra's brow furrows. She recognizes the cryptic words, the subtle hint of something larger. "What are you talking about?" she demands, her voice laced with caution. "Who are you working with?" The golden light around her intensifies, a protective shield against unseen dangers. A flicker of movement in the distance catches Lyra's eye. A shadowy figure emerges from the smoke, tall and gaunt, cloaked in darkness. Its features are indistinct, but its presence radiates an unnerving power. Malachar seems to sense the figure too, a flicker of fear crossing his face. Both Lyra and Malachar instinctively turn towards the new arrival. The figure moves with unnatural grace, gliding across the scorched earth without disturbing the debris. The air around it seems to chill, and the celestial light around Lyra falters momentarily. The figure raises a hand, revealing a dark, glowing symbol etched onto its palm. The symbol pulses with an ominous energy, radiating a palpable sense of dread. The symbol seems to resonate with the lingering darkness surrounding Malachor, strengthening his weakened form. Lyra instinctively steps forward, positioning herself between Malachor and the approaching figure. Her stance is defensive, her celestial light flaring brightly. "Stay back," she warns, her voice firm and resolute. "You will not harm him." The shadowy figure pauses, its unseen eyes fixed on Lyra. A moment of tense silence hangs in the air, broken only by the crackling of residual energy. The figure's presence is a silent challenge, a veiled threat that hangs heavy over the battlefield. Lyra's defiance seems to momentarily unsettle the figure. The pulsing symbol on its palm dims slightly, as if reacting to the pure energy emanating from her. A low, guttural sound escapes the figure, a sound that seems to vibrate not just in the air, but within the very bones of those who hear it. The tension thickens, a silent battle of wills unfolding under the oppressive sky. The air crackles with unseen power. The darkness lashes out, a swift and brutal assault. Lyra responds instantly, her shield a beacon of hope against the encroaching shadows. The collision of light and darkness sends a shockwave through the air, a visible ripple in the fabric of reality. Dust and debris swirl around them, illuminated by the afterglow of the impact. The fight has truly begun. Malachor breaks the stalemate, his movements swift and purposeful. The ancient sword in his hand glows faintly, a testament to years of battles fought and won. He steps forward, a shield for Lyra, a beacon of defiance against the encroaching darkness. His presence is a promise of resistance, a refusal to yield. The figure's power is undeniable. A casual gesture is enough to neutralize Malachor's attack, sending his sword skittering across the ground. He's thrown off balance, the weight of his weapon gone, leaving him vulnerable. The figure's dominance is chillingly apparent. Lyra seizes the opportunity, channeling her power into a concentrated beam of light. It slams into the figure, forcing it to momentarily retreat. The pulsing symbol on its palm glows with an intense, almost painful intensity. A sign of vulnerability? The figure's frustration manifests as a surge of dark energy. Shadows coalesce into menacing claws and tendrils, a suffocating wave of darkness aimed directly at Lyra. The attack is relentless, a desperate attempt to overcome her celestial power. Malachor regains his composure, launching himself forward with renewed determination. He weaves through the shadowy attacks, a whirlwind of motion, drawing the figure's attention away from Lyra. A desperate gambit to even the odds. Lyra's defenses are strained to their limit. The relentless assault of darkness begins to wear her down, the beam of light faltering. The figure's power is immense, a suffocating blanket of shadows threatening to engulf her. Malachor finds an opening, his sword connecting with the figure. A jolt of energy passes between them, a brief moment of disruption in the relentless assault. A glimmer of hope emerges from the darkness. The figure, enraged by the attack, unleashes a roar of fury. Its form solidifies, becoming more defined, more menacing. The symbol on its palm blazes with an unbearable light, turning its focus entirely to Malachor. Malachor struggles against the surge of power, his body trembling. The symbol on the figure's palm pulses with blinding intensity, a direct assault on his very essence. He grits his teeth, refusing to yield, drawing strength from the memory of Lyra's hope. The connection is agonizing, a battle of wills played out in the heart of the storm. He channels his own inner light, a desperate countermeasure against the encroaching darkness. The air crackles with raw energy as the two forces collide, a clash of light and shadow that threatens to consume everything. He pushes back, fueled by a love that transcends even this terrifying power. Lyra feels Malachor's struggle, the immense pressure he endures. Her own light flickers, threatening to extinguish, but she refuses to surrender. She focuses her remaining energy, a desperate attempt to bolster his defenses, a beacon of hope in the overwhelming darkness. A faint golden glow emanates from her hands, a fragile lifeline extending across the chasm of power. She whispers a silent prayer, a plea for strength, for courage, for a future where light can triumph over shadow. Her hope is a tangible force, a subtle reinforcement against the encroaching despair. The figure hesitates, momentarily thrown off balance by Malaker's defiance and Lyra's unexpected aid. The blinding light on its palm flickers, a sign of vulnerability in its seemingly invincible form. A flicker of confusion crosses its features, a hint of doubt in its ancient eyes. It hadn't anticipated such resistance, such unwavering resolve. The connection between them weakens, the suffocating blanket of shadows momentarily lifting. Malaker seizes the opportunity, pushing forward with renewed determination. Malaker channels Lyra's energy, his sword blazing with a brilliant golden light. He lunges forward, a final, desperate attack fueled by love and hope. The blade connects with the figure, piercing its defenses with a surge of pure energy. The symbol on its palm shatters, releasing a wave of dark energy that dissipates into nothingness. The figure screams, a sound of utter defeat, as its form begins to unravel. The darkness recedes, replaced by the warm glow of Lyra's light. The figure dissolves into particles of shadow, vanishing completely, its reign of terror finally over. Lyra and Malaker collapse, exhausted but victorious, bathed in golden light. They embrace, their bodies trembling with relief and exhaustion. The darkness is gone, replaced by a radiant dawn. A new era begins, one of hope, love, and unwavering light. The world is safe, their bond unbreakable, their future bright.